guys, I'm Nina.
I'm Sanch.
And welcome to
Why We Hate Ourselves,
the podcast where we break down in tears,
but also break down how different social realities actually make us hate ourselves.
Ayan, so good evening, Bea Sanch.
Yeah.
Oh.
So, of course, just
We're
like
gonna
what we did last
yeah.
time, we're gonna start off with asking, what's your number?
09. What's my number? What did I do today? Okay, so today I had a speech for my class. This speech was something that I was really anxious about. Mainly because I felt really underprepared for it. But then after performing it, I actually felt good about my performance.
That's good. That's good.
So I think the mood that I had after that class basically carried over throughout the day. So I would give today an 8.
That's nice.
An
That's
8,
actually a good day.
Yeah, not bad. How about you, Sanch? What's your number?
Probably like a 5.
Wow.
Oh, that's
5! Oh my gosh! Okay, why? What happened?
Well, let me.
Okay.
So basically, I had class as usual,
Mm-hmm.
and then it was the usual. My first class is a lecture type class, so I did not pay attention as much as I
What a
should
great
have.
student.
And then when I went for my last class, which is a 3-hour class,
Mm-hmm.
our professor returned our papers, and it was one of the papers na sobrang dati pa. As in, it was one of the first papers we submitted. So
This is our same class, right?
right,
Yeah.
So I kind of forgot
okay.
about it already.
Uh-huh.
And then when she returned it, she was like, "I'm sorry, but a lot of you got really low grades." And then, of course, I freaked out because I'm I'm very grade conscious. And when she returned my paper, it was it was the lowest grade I've ever gotten
in your life.
Yeah, in whole student life.
That's true.
And I think it's just something that super bothers me because I feel like papers are kind of something that I am good at.
You
I
are
like
good at that.
So,
she is, guys. She really is. She's a
Oh,
great
no.
writer.
Oh no! But yeah, basically, it just made me pretty sad and kind of disappointed because even if I do agree that it was not my best, I still worked
really
hard on it. So yeah, that's why it's a 5.
That's why you're kind of low today.
Yeah,
I feel the vibe. But actually, Sanch, it's interesting because again, that experience is very much related to our topic for this episode, which is why am I dumb? So, why do you think you value grades getting good grades so much, or why do you think you pressure yourself so much to perform well academically?
I think it's just something that's been ingrained in me as a
In
person.
you.
Yeah, ever since grade school
Grade
pa nga.
school.
I've always been aiming for honors.
Mm-hmm.
And syempre that carried over to college. And I think it mostly stems from one factor is na panganay ako.
Okay.
So there's this pressure to kind of set the standard and for the family, and at the same time, there's this pressure to work and kind of give back and provide for my family.
But would you say that the pressure you put on, the pressure you're feeling, it's more self-induced, or, do your parents pressure you, or does anyone else pressure you?
Yeah, I feel like it's definitely
Self-induced.
And also
same actually.
yeah, because my parents they don't super duper care.
I mean,
of course they
yeah.
care, but then they don't show it to me, I guess. So I wouldn't say that the pressure is from them, but it's also factors like that I want to be successful, of course, and land a job. Someone accept me, hire me or something.
But sometimes I also think, because I'm kind of like you, I think that's why we're also good friends. Because we're both
suffering.
We're both suffering.
Yeah.
And we also both have really high standards for ourselves. So
Yeah.
obviously, also in academics. So, yeah. But sometimes I just think, what if I'm not as uptight or as conscious of my grades? Because obviously, if I do that, hindi naman ako babagsak. Confident naman ako dun. But also, I think I'd still get a job. I'd still be able to graduate well. So what difference does it make? I mean, why do we, pressure ourselves to put on so much work and effort? And we talk about this a lot, like, as friends or barkada. We're like, I think it's because we pressure ourselves to be productive so much because of how much premium is put on being productive nowadays. Parang if you're not productive, you're doing something wrong.
Yeah, it's basically like your worth can be attributed to your productivity.
Yeah, that's true.
So, yeah, that's something
it's
that's
problematic.
Yeah,
also.
for
Like,
sure.
I don't think it was like this all the time.
Yeah.
Like before, obviously when we were kids.
Yeah, and
like
I think that, like nowadays education is really just for getting a job and all. And, like ideally, of course, education is about social change and like contributing to like the betterment of this world and voicing out issues, but in the end it becomes just like a stepping stone in a sense to like contribute in this world of neoliberalism. Oh my gosh,
big word, Sanch, big
so
word.
What is neoliberalism?
Honestly, I'm still very like confused about.
Okay, so let me remove that confusion.
Alright.
So, in essence, neoliberalism is basically just the belief in free markets. And when you think about it, free, that sounds nice, like democratic or something.
Yeah. But I love freedom.
Right. But then if we like change the words free to like something that's has a more negative connotation, it's more of the belief in unregulated markets, and basically it allows anyone to like compete in the market without regulation. And basically it's just the belief that all those who will like contribute in this age or in this world are good,
are ethical. Okay, I remember. I think we discussed this in our poly-econ class.
Yes.
How the danger of neoliberalism is, right, like what you said, it assumes that all the people operate with like similar values and mindsets, and obviously this mindset is assumed to be positive and stuff like that, but we fail to consider how there are actually people out there who are real greedy and like really selfish, and obviously like the level of privilege like, the ability that we have to take advantage of this neoliberal market isn't equal.
To begin with, we enter neoliberalism like na unequal yung footing. So hindi talaga siya free if you think about it. It's just unregulated. And one way that neoliberalism is actually affecting the university is something that like we've all experienced as UP students, which is where we study, by the way.
We're UP students, guys.
Just sharing.
We're both broadcom majors. That's why we like talking. Okay, you were saying.
So one manifestation of this is GE classes. I'm sure you've taken your GEs.
Yes, I have.
Com 3, Phil 40,
Philo 1, CAS 1.
So basically, a GE class is basically general education class, and these are classes that we are all they're basically the basic classes
that we have. We all have to take as UP students before we graduate.
Exactly, and the new program, the revitalized GE program, basically allows students to pick which GE classes they want. Of course, there are still a few required ones, but there are more free choices. And once again, is it free?
Freedom of choice? What is it? We have a reading about this, right?
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
It's by Guillermo, and he basically talks about like how the GE program is a manifestation of neoliberalism nga, as we mentioned, because basically it also assumes that we have the same background and beliefs
as students.
Yes. But of course that's not true. So what ends up happening is we choose the GE classes that we feel is gonna help us or is gonna be essential for us in our careers without really thinking of what we actually
need.
It's just what we want, right?
And I remember then he mentioned how aside from choosing these classes strategically based on what would give us higher grades and stuff like that, because we're kind of a lot of the students right now, and I think we're guilty of this, Sanch.
Yes.
We're like the pressure that education has put on us in the neoliberal situation we're in right now kind of gives us this mindset na we just have to strategically choose these classes that we know will give us good grades, because in the end, again, it contributes to our being able to work, to get better jobs and contribute to the workforce and, you know, be more productive citizens. But again, that whole idea is very problematic because ultimately it takes it on us, like us as individuals.
And in the end, like, education really ends up becoming how we can become bonds even like in society. Like parang magiging utu-utu lang dun tayo in the end, like in order for us to be successful. And this definitely comes with the GE program. Now we end up just choosing classes na sure uno or classes
oh my
na
gosh.
Guilty. Right? So, you know, it's very individualistic and it ends up being super competitive as well, which makes us feel dumb, right?
Yeah, and I think it kind of refutes what the purpose of education should really be, which is ultimately naman to produce people who are, you know,
knowledgeable
wise and good.
Exactly.
Basically, who care about the social, like the greater good.
Yes.
Yeah, and not just, you know, serving selfish capitalist interests. But
but that's what's happening.
That's what's happening right now.
Yeah.
Wow.
And it's definitely not something you'd expect to see in something as simple and like mundane to us as like GE classes, school, right?
Exactly. But Sanch, wait, do you hear that?
Oh, I do again. What is it?
It looks like something's coming. It's time for What's News? So Bea, what's news?
So I'm sure that you guys have seen this Facebook post circulating around with basically a screenshot that shows how the qualifications to graduate with honors in UP, where we study, by the way,
okay.
where the qualifications to graduate with honors, basically they changed it and they added like revisions. So
I remember this.
Yeah, they've added like ways.
They've changed the qualifications basically. So what are the qualifications, Bea?
So first, they, you know, regular load dapat lagi in any given semester, and you have to have completed your degree within yung prescribed period to finish the degree.
For your course.
Yeah, exactly. So like example is if
Broadcom,
it's a 4-year course, so you have to finish in 4 years. So basically bawal madelay. And then bawal din magkaroon ng failing grade in one's degree program. So if you got a 5, but then everything else is uno, you can't graduate with honors. What?
That's
and then you
well, the others are pretty like reasonable naman.
And then so basically one of the things that like really angered people is yung fact that you have to finish your degree
program
in the prescribed period, because this includes even those with valid reasons to
like LOA.
LOA, and also
exchange.
those who go on exchange. So it's definitely something that angered people a lot. So what do you
I remember I saw this post. I think this circulated like first week of November, and I remember like also being very angry when I saw this, because I've also been considering going on exchange, and when I saw this I was thinking, bakit ganon? Like sobrang unfair the fact that all my hard work that I've spent like biglang invalidated na lang just because I wanted to get this opportunity to study abroad and stuff like that. Or, you know, again, for the other people nga who have valid reasons naman in why they can't complete their course within a prescribed number of years. So it's really unfair.
Yeah, and actually some of my friends were really affected by this, because the reason why they're delayed is because they shifted to a different course.
Yeah.
And that's a totally like valid reason to be delayed, because why do you have to be so pressured to, you know, to finish on time? And especially when you've just discovered where you really belong in your course, in a sense. And I think it definitely just shows how students are really pressured to contribute agad to the workforce. Like, as we've been reiterating, you know, education has really just been like a scheme for like to produce graduates who will be able to be employed and be like, you know, like
productive.
Productive.
Yeah. And it's sad. It's really sad. And I think it's a very concrete manifestation of neoliberalism.
Yeah, neoliberalism.
What else? And I remember also thinking, like when I read this, my sister and I were thinking, like, why do you think UP is doing this? And we considered is it because of the increase in the number of students who graduate with Latin honors? Because I remember the last commencement event.
Yeah.
Like there were like thousands of students who graduated cum laude.
Cum laude.
And we were thinking, is it because UP sort of wants to maintain that prestige of like being a university where, you know, it's hard to graduate, so, you know, let alone graduate as cum laude or with Latin honors? But I think it's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's so unfair.
Yeah, it is. And, you know, why should that be a problem? Like, why shouldn't we just own it and be proud that you're actually producing students who excel? Because obviously, students naman talaga nagpo-put in ng work, you know.
Exactly. And yun nga, like, it's just super whack.
Yeah.
It's just crazy.
It's whack.
So, as you guys can see, we're very passionate about this, super deep into discussion. So, let's lighten things up a bit and play our favorite game, which is Rate What You Hate. So, I have 3 items here, Nina Liu, and you basically have to rate them from which you hate least and which you hate most. So, first,
I'm ready.
Obviously, vegetables. Gulay.
Oh my gosh.
Context, hindi siya kumakain ng kahit anong gulay. Except kangkong, tsaka squash.
Don't shame me.
And the second is the dog who ate your snack shack.
Oh my gosh. Context also, I bought Snack Shack with my friends. And then I abandoned my burger for 1 minute. And then, when I look back, it's gone.
Yeah. Hinablot nung aso.
Hinablot nung aso.
Grabe.
Okay.
We're all in shock. And then the third is class na puros reporting.
Oh.
Basically, walang ginagawang prof. Pinapa-report lang lahat. So, interesting.
Hate least.
Yeah, hate least.
Oh, cute. I'd have to say the dog.
Okay. Oh,
surprisingly, hanggang ngayon, wala pa rin akong hard feelings towards the dog. Kahit, you know, nasayang yung 90 pesos ko. Like, I don't feel any strong emotion of, like, anger. So,
feeling ko mas galit pa kami.
Mas galit pa yung friends ko. I'm just kind of like, think it's just ridiculous to think about when I look back at it now. But yeah, so that would be my least hate. This is tough. Really tough. I'd say vegetables.
Oh, okay.
I don't eat vegetables, but I don't think it's because I hate them. Honestly, feel ko like, ang hirap lang talaga alisin yung mindset na yun sa akin. But I really know it's not because I hate them.
So, yeah, I get it.
Yeah. It's not, so obviously, my pinaka-hate is
class na puro
reporting. We share this sentiment, Bea Sancho.
I hate classes na puro reporting.
We share this sentiment. Yeah, it's just frustrating kasi I think learning is a two-way street.
Yeah.
So like, I'd put in my work, but also,
do your job.
Sana naman, di ba?
Yeah.
But yeah, what about you? Just briefly.
For me, okay, hate least vegetables because I eat
Yeah,
vegetables. I love vegetables. And then next is the dog.
The dog.
Because dogs
you
are
must hate pa nila.
Yeah, and then class na puros reporting.
Alright.
Okay.
So hopefully, you guys are enjoying. But, you know, as of now, we are going to wrap this podcast up. So, Bea Sancho, you want to take us home? You want to answer the question, why am I dumb?
Well, Nina Liu, the answer, once again, is that we
are not dumb.
Yes, exactly.
We're not.
It's just, it's education and its standards that it's basically based on, like, how valuable you'll be in the workforce, and your value is equated to your productivity, which once again we've said it's such a toxic trait, and it's something that we see even in our university here in the in campus. Yeah, it's actually like the perfect example of neoliberalism in education. And what's sad about this is it doesn't take into account our inherent skills and intelligence and our capability to actually create social change, you know.
Right. And of course, it doesn't also take into account the effects, you know, individually on a micro scale, which again is detrimental because obviously students are left thinking that they're stupid because they're unable to keep up with the pace that's imposed upon us by neoliberalism. Together we say But that is it for episode 2 of Why We Hate Ourselves. And I just want you guys to know, just to make it clear.
You're not dumb.
You're not dumb. Neither is Bea Sancho.
Neither is Nina
Neither
Liu.
am I.
Yeah.
We're not dumb.
Not dumb.
So yes, hope you guys take that with you as you go on with your week, and we will see you guys soon.
Bye.
Bye.